Today in a prison, and only God knows where tomorrow.
He certainly isn't modeling himself after his predecessor. Pius XII spiritually guided his flock from afar, without the need of pursuing popularity. The only times he had approached the faithful was during the liturgies. I did warn you, and there's no better judge than an old schoolmate.
He also knows you well, and yet he doesn't object to your opposing him. Perhaps he doesn't fear you.
He's far from being naive, I can tell you that. He doesn't fear me, nor does he fear Tardini, his Secretary of State. Nor does he fear you, for that matter.
I'd rather have a doctor's opinion on that.
Oh.
Dr. Valdona's here.
Let's leave the doctors to those who need them, and let's waste their time.
That's their job.
Well, all right. Let's not waste our time with them. Thank you. Guido, perhaps we could say the Our Father together.
Gladly, Your Holiness.
Padre nostro qui es in cielo, in celis,
sanctificato,
sanctificetur,
nomen tuo, nomen tuum, aveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tuum, fiat voluntas tua.
Guido, Cuso, your Latin is not very good.
It wasn't good in my school days, and now you can imagine.
Try again. Pater noster.
Qui es in celis, sanctificetur nomen tuum, aveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas.
Ah, pruning.
Instead of being a smart aleck, why don't you pass me the saw?
Isn't it a little early for pruning?
Your Holiness, forgive me. I didn't. Excuse me. Your Holiness. I thought you were Pinuccio. He always likes to do, you know, impersonations.
Your Holiness, I want to thank you for what you did for us.
Think of it as divine providence for your family.
Oh, Holy Father, you doubled our salaries. It was your decision. Everyone knows that. My wife is about to have a child. I'd like to thank you also for them.
When is the child due?
In 2 months, Your Holiness. If it's a boy, we're going to call him Angelo. If it's a girl, Angelina.
Can we grow tulips? Can we grow some?
Oh, yes, Holy Father.
They're nice. Yeah.
Tulips.
Ah, Father Loris.
Good morning, Holiness.
It is such a privilege to feel the grass under your feet. You should have seen the magnificent garden I had in Istanbul. All these different plants living together peacefully. Even then, I thought the church should be like a garden, illuminated by God. Not like a museum, a very old museum. But I was just a bishop then and could do nothing about it.
And now you're the Pope.
Yes. My heart trembles at the thought. But I intend to convene a council.
A council?
An assembly from which African and Asian and American deacons can be heard.
You mean an ecumenical council?
Yes. All the bishops, all of them. They guide the church from places we can't even imagine.
But Your Holiness,
It's time to listen to them. Oh, sit down.
Have you spoken of this?
We're the first to know. Do you think we need a doctor?
You are aware that this decision may attract a lot of criticism.
Yes. Flores, the council is necessary. It cannot be postponed any longer. Imagine a church where every voice is heard, like the flowers in a garden opening to the sun. We can do it.
Yes.
We can.
You can't imagine how excited my wife and daughter are to meet you, even for just a moment.
And I'm happy because it's happening on such a beautiful day.
With all due respect, Your Holiness, it's a beautiful day because they will all see you close up. But the weather is threatening.
You're right, Goussot. And soon you'll hear thunder.
Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Excuse me. Dolores. Dolores. You had me come all this way to cover a mass. I know it's important, but I have to go to the Minister of the Interior. He's important, too. Can't you give us a hint?
Have faith.
You're asking a lot. An article of a big mass? Nobody in the world's gonna read it.
Have faith and wait.
Yeah, that's the story of my life. Go get some shots of the Pope anyway.
Can't see him anymore.
I pronounce before you, revered brothers, trembling a little, overwhelmed with emotion, but at the same time, with humble resolve, the name and the proposal of an ecumenical council for the universal church. I asked you to pray for a providential beginning and the success of all the hard work that this will entail, to which many souls will look at with hope from all over the world. I must say, Your Eminences, I was expecting some kind of reaction, but not total silence.
Certain news can leave one speechless.
I should think we need more time, Your Holiness. It's an announcement of paramount importance.
Nearly 100 years have passed since the last council. I hope we won't have to wait so long to see it's time to hold another one.
Why do we need a council? Didn't Pius IX proclaim the Pope's infallibility?
Bishops coming from such faraway places, they wouldn't have the slightest idea of how Rome rules.
Putting up with his rustic provincial ways is one thing, but that he should make decisions without consulting us is quite another.
You must be realistic now, Your Eminence. After all, he is the Pope.
Isn't he, though?
We entrusted you with a mission of finding a transitional pontiff, one who would diligently continue in the wake of Pius XII with absolute obedience. And what do we end up with? A council.